Well, speaking of the media and what they decide to and not to cover, what do you think about is there a declining level of political discourse, or is it just the echo chamber that's gotten louder? I mean, people so shortly forget Hamilton and Burr, who dueled it out after being called names. But is it an echo chamber, or are people not paying attention to things like policy anymore?
I don't know that they really ever have paid attention. I think we romanticize the degree to which people ever paid attention to policy or ever really could converse about the intricacies of legislation and how much they knew about it. I think what's changed is that we're just in a completely new media environment, a new ecosystem, as some people call it. It's just a new world. But the way we talk may be a little bit different, but I think it's no less acrimonious than it's been over the last 200 years. It's just that there's just more of it, and it's easier to find it.
And it's easier to tune out and tune in. I mean, I've become someone who doesn't watch the Scream shows on Cablevision anymore. I don't watch any of those shows. I'll go to those networks on the internet and sort of pick and choose, but everyone is screaming these days, and everyone was screaming before, but they're all screaming in the news media, and
they're screaming in HD,
and they're screaming in HD, and it's hard to find a sort of step back and balance analysis because screaming at each other gets ratings. People have always screamed at each other, but it's all over everywhere, and people can be much more selective, and people are selecting the screams that they like and deselecting the they don't
It's
like.
interesting that you say that, because a few years ago Jon Stewart went on Crossfire on CNN, now defunct Crossfire, and many people attribute the fact that show is not on anymore because of his beatdown of Tucker Carlson and Paul Begala. But it doesn't seem to have, abated the tide anywhere else.
No, because people want to watch those shows, right. And they don't get tens of millions, but they get a few million, enough to make them very profitable. They're low budget in a lot of ways. They don't produce any news content. They're talking heads. People who appear on them or people who come on for free or to sell their books. So they're very, it's very inexpensive to produce these shows, and they do attract enough viewers to make them very profitable. And you see Fox and now MSNBC have really branded themselves so that if you're a Republican, you know where to watch. If you're a liberal, you know where to go to get your daily dose.